Well, hello friends. Welcome to PST episode 21, I believe. And today we are going to cover just two muscles, your lats, latissimus dorsi, and your psoas. The cool thing about these two muscles is what they connect to. So the psoas is the only muscle in the body that connects the legs to the trunk. And the lats connect the arm, travels all the way down to the sacrum, down by your tailbone. So both these muscles travel a long way in the body. So two stretches for you, the lats and the psoas. So I think we'll start with the lats and just do a tiny bit of a rollout for the lats. When the lats are tight, well actually first of all, here are your lats, latissimus dorsi. Take a look. Okay, so you see how big that muscle group actually is. And so certainly low back issues can be caused by tightness through the lats, but also shoulder issues can be caused by that as well too, because of its attachment up here on the humerus. So we're going to actually take a little bit of time to roll out this upper piece here first, though it certainly is not necessary for you. So if you have a trigger point ball, you can use that, or you can use a foam roller. And we're going to take it just to the outer edge of the shoulder blade and follow that line up to the outer armpit over to the tricep area. And just kind of roll this area out. Okay, so your choice of being on the trigger point ball or on a foam roller. Okay, so this is how it looks on either one. I get to be outside today. It's just a perfect temperature, not too hot. It's about 73. Which is my perfect number for temperature. So my shoulder is just rolled slightly open on that. And I want to take it to the outer scapula as well, the outer shoulder blade area as well. Now, you certainly can take this to cover the whole lat, not just this upper piece. If you want to cover the whole lat, just roll onto the back a ways and roll onto the side of the rib cage, on whatever side that you're working. Just kind of roll from the side to the back of the rib cage if you want to cover the whole expanse. And that can be done with the ball as well. So just a moment or two here. We're just softening, we're just tenderizing. Okay. All right, I'm going to switch sides. You can stay there longer if you like. It's useful to notice too how the sides differ. You hear us say this all the time, that the brain learns the best through contrast. So it's really nice to always be aware of the differences between right and left. I got my hat on to keep the sun out of my face, but it doesn't do any good when I'm facing in this direction. That's okay, I won't be here long. In addition to rolling back and forth, I will sometimes, if I find a spot, I will stay on it and then just roll slightly open and slightly forward again. You can get pretty tender up on that arm attachment, on that humerus attachment. Breathe and relax, breathe and relax. Okay, we'll call that good. Again, of course, you can stay there longer if you like. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of the ball and the foam roller. So now let's stretch the lats out. Lots of ways you can do this, but the cool thing about the lats is it's really easy to stretch this area out. It's just out and about even. You just have to have something to hold on to. So I'm going to show you an option standing. If you're out on a hike somewhere, you can hold on to a tree or a tree branch. At home, hold on to a fence post or to a railing, a doorway. So right now you can use your doorway if you want to too, and hold on to one end of the doorway or one door jamb. But I'm going to go to the fence. I might lose focus a little tiny bit, but it shouldn't be too bad. So let's do the right side first. So the right arm's going to come up and over, and you can hold up high, or you can hold down a little bit lower like this if you want to. But the idea is you're going to be turning your body and hanging off of that right arm. Okay, hanging off of it. So that's the standing version here. You can go high, medium, you can even go low like that. I'm going to bring it back over here, and I'm going to use the garden bed. So from a seated position, you can be here. Okay, so I'm going to turn my back to you. Let's start with the right side. So find your place, your doorway, a fence, a post of some sort, your couch, something that's solid that won't move though, that you can actually leverage off of and lean your body weight off of. Okay, so I'm going to use this. And I'm poking my ribs off to the right, because we're on the right side now, so make sure it's the right hand that you're using. I'm going to actually move here for a second to see if I'm still in the frame. I am. So I'm going to hold on actually here to the end of my garden bed. And I'm feeling this lovely stretch all the way. Tricep, right to the outer ridge of that shoulder blade, and all the way down into this lower spine. So if you're standing, just again hang off of the arm. And then to contract, draw that arm back in toward the socket and draw the shoulder blade, the right shoulder blade, down to the back pocket, and hold that for a count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then we're going to slowly let it release and breathe into your sensation. And then feel free to explore a bit. I'm going to move my legs a little further away from the garden bed. I'm sitting more on my right hip now. I like to lift up sometimes and round out my back more. Tuck your tail if you're standing. That can really help too. Okay, we're going to contract one more time. So draw that arm back toward the socket. Shoulder blade down to your back pocket. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Letting it go. Can you picture space happening between the head of your humerus, which is your upper arm bone, and your shoulder socket? Now I'm using my left hand too as a little bit of a leverage too. I'm pressing it down into the ground, so it's pressing my torso back further away from my arm. Okay, full breath in and let it go. And then come forward and slowly release. And then roll that shoulder out. Yeah, that feels good. The thing about the lat stretch is we're pretty limited just by our grip for as far as how long we could stay there. If you have a strap that you can hook around something, you can kind of make a trapeze grip hold for your hand so that you don't have to hold, use the hand and finger so much. But it's not bad to use the hand and fingers. It works on your grip strength a little bit. Okay, so let's go to your other side. Okay, so if you're standing, I'll show you again. If you're standing, you're going to either hold up high with the left hand, leaning to the left, tuck the tail under, or you can hold on to something lower, like that. You can even come pretty low like this if you wanted to. Okay, I'm going to stay with my seated version. on the end here. All right, here you go. So lean it away. I'm going to roll my hips right off my left heel too, so that my left leg does not get in my way. What I'm liking about using the garden bed is I'm able to rest my arm on the bed itself. Okay, let's contract. Draw the arm back in toward the socket. Draw the shoulder blade to your back pocket. Holding. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Letting it slowly go. Breathe and explore. Okay, contract again. Holding. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And there's the release. Breathe. And then come on up from there. I just had a little bee on my finger. That would be the risk of using the garden bed. But this is the bonus of using the garden bed. Oh, a little piece of spinach right there. Yum, yum, yum. Okay, so that's your lats using something to leverage off of. You certainly can do this on the floor, which we show quite often, and I'll run you through that in case you prefer this option. So you do this one on the hands and knees. We're not going to contract on this one. I just want to show you how it looks. Okay, so take the right hand, stretch it out in front of you, cross your midline of your body, and then anchor it down with your left hand. And then take the ribs and bow them out to the right. And then tilt that right shoulder down, left shoulder is up. And you're looking between the triangle of the arms here. And then sit your hips back toward the heels with the ribs shifted to the right. So from the front view, it looks like that. I'm bow shaping or shifting my ribs off to the right. I also like to bring my hips to the opposite direction to the left as well. Tuck that tail under. So we're just trying to get space between the humerus attachment on the arm and the sacral attachment down by the tailbone on the sacrum. Okay, so your contraction would be the same on this one. We're not going to do it, but if you chose to do this version, your contraction would be the same. Okay, go ahead and release to come out. And then let's switch it to the left, just so you can kind of feel. Left arm goes straight out, cross your midline, trap it or anchor it, tilt that left shoulder down, right shoulder up, and bow shape the ribs out to the left. And sit back toward the heels. Tucking your tail. And again, I like to explore. I tend to lift up and flex my spine more, and I draw my left hand and arm away from me. Okay. Bring it on up. Okay, come on up in there. Big muscle group. So easily accessible though when you're out and about. I can't tell you how often this muscle gets stretched for me and for Jeffrey as well when we're just out on a hike or a walk or in a store waiting in line somewhere. We'll just hold on to whatever we can to get that stretch along that back part of the body. Okay, so connecting. Here we go. It's on the humerus all the way down to the sacral area. All right, so let's now move on to the psoas. All right, so here we go for the psoas. Psoas, P-S-O-A-S. And again, this one is a big long one, so here is a view of your psoas. Take a look. All righty, there you go. Pretty impressive, right? So a tight psoas can certainly lead to a whole host of issues, not the least of which is low back issues. So, okay, so again, you saw that inner part of the femur, lesser trochanter, wrapping around the groin area. It's about 2 inches in diameter at that point. And then it wraps around the hip, as you saw, and comes right into that lumbar spine and that 12th thoracic vertebrae. All right. It's known also as a fear reflex muscle because when something does create stress in our body, we tend to contract like that. So fear reflex muscle is a pretty appropriate name for it. We want to create that space to open it up. Okay, when it's tight, it tends to like to, for many people, pull the hips forward into what we call an anterior tilt, which looks like that and then causes a lot of stress in that lumbar spine. Okay, so we're going to spend some time here. Probably a good 3 to 5 minutes on each side. So just giving you a heads up about this. So make sure you get yourself as comfortable as you can. If you have knee issues, find some support to put under your back knee so it can be nice and soft and cushioned and comfy. If your hands get fatigued or arms get fatigued, maybe consider grabbing some bunch of books or some cushions or something that you can support your upper body on, your arms on, or you can use a ball as well. So I'll show you the ball option here, and then I'm going to go without the ball. But we're going to be here for quite some time. And listen very carefully to the cueing and how I slowly get you into it, okay? So if you have a ball, this is what this could look like here, is I have my right foot coming forward, and then the ball will go right around my left hip area, and I slowly lean into it like that. So the ball is going to support me at this point. Be careful if you use the ball that you don't come so far upright like this that you end up extending that low back. So think about tucking the tail under a little bit and bringing your body slightly forward. Now as you progress in the stretch, you can move the ball a little bit further away, okay? So this is a really nice option if you have a ball. But I'm going to go without the ball and show you without the ball. And push that way out of the way because I want the ball out of the sun. Keep your ball out of the sun in your house, just FYI. Okay, so here we go. Let's start with the left psoas first. All right, it should be on your left knee, so cushion that left knee if you need to. Bring your right foot forward. Now I want that right foot to be just a little bit in front of the right knee for now. Both hands come to the inside of the leg. Now please don't jump ahead just yet. Keep your hips back for me, okay? We don't want to come just banging into the psoas stretch. We want to take it nice and easy and slow. Again, remember the fear reflex muscle. We want to be very respectful of it and sort of gradually sneak up on it, if you will. So hips are back for right now. Now, from here, with your eyes closed, can you very slowly at a glacial pace invite the hips to come forward very slowly, and notice when you just feel a hint of sensation in the groin on that back leg, and stay there. Okay, so the minute you feel just a hint, just a whisper of a sensation, hold yourself right there. Okay, don't go any further just yet. Let's just stay here and breathe with it for a few breaths. Breathing into the belly, we want to access your parasympathetic nervous system here, which is the part of the nervous system that allows you to rest and digest. It's calming. And you do that by breathing into a relaxed belly and extend that breath out. Now I want to do a little contraction from here. So let's take the back knee And just start to press it down into the floor and attempt to pull it forward, but it doesn't move. Just kind of a minor contraction, not real big or deep yet. And then slowly, can we slowly let that contraction dissolve? Don't make any changes just yet. We're still at that whisper of a sensation. Good. Now on your next breath out, go ahead and invite those hips to come a little bit further forward. Again, not at your full range yet, maybe about halfway to your full range. So you're feeling a little bit more sensation now. On a scale of 1 to 10, if before you're at about a level 1 or 2, now you're at about a 3 or 4. And just hold it here. And let's do a little mini contraction here as well. Press that knee down and try to pull forward. Again, not a strong contraction, just light enough to feel a change in the muscle. And then slowly let that contraction dissolve. Keep it here for a breath or two. And then your next breath out, here we go. Slowly invite the hips forward again. And take them forward to where you want to camp the rest of the time. To about a 4, 5, or 6. We don't want to go to a 9 or 10 on that scale of 1 to 10. Keep it about a 4, 5, 6. You want to make sure that this feels nourishing for you. So less is definitely more with the stretch. Now you might need to walk your front foot forward as well to give the hips room to come forward more. If that gets too much in your hamstring, then do walk the foot back. And then you might be better off bringing your hands up higher onto some books or some cushions or something. Now here, when I reach my end range, I do like to do a little bit of a left and right side shifting, very slowly, just to see what else is there in the body. If you side shift your hips to your left, when you're stretching your left psoas, that is, you're going to feel it move more probably to the kind of the hip area. That's the rectus femoris of the quadriceps. But if you side shift the hips to the right, you might get more into the groin there. And that's the psoas if the hips are squared. You don't want to rotate that back hip open though. Okay, so let's run through contractions from here and let's separate them out now, okay? So let's take the back knee, press it down into the floor and hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and a very slow release. And then attempt to drag that back knee forward, but the body does not move at all. Hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and a slow release. Make no changes, just sit here and breathe. Good. Now if you feel like you want to take it a little bit further, go right ahead. And you can do that by walking your front foot forward or sliding your back knee back. Okay, contracting again. Press the knee down and hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Letting it slowly go. Attempt to drag the knee forward and hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And there's that gradual release. Soften your belly. Breathe. You're also welcome to come down to the elbows if that feels like it's going to work for you. So what happens if you do flex the spine? What happens if you lift the chest and lengthen the spine? Where can you relax in the body? Can you relax your glutes? Okay, full breath. How about a vibrational exhale? One more time, full breath. Good. Now you're going to use your front leg and your arms to slowly press the hips back. Nice. Now go ahead and stay down and just draw that knee to the chest and then straighten it out again. Okay. And then take a moment to stand on up. You're going to probably lose part of me, and that's okay. Take a moment to feel. Close your eyes and feel how that left side is in contrast to that right side. How does that feel? Spacious. More spacious for me, for sure. Okay, so let's go on to the other side. Okay, so right knee stays down, left foot comes forward, hands to the inside of that front leg with your hips back. I know it's tempting, especially for those of you who've done this for a long time, just to come right into the stretch, but please, let's try to avoid that. Let's go ahead and bring the hips back, and let's just exercise some patience here with this one. Here we go. Take a nice long breath in. On the breath out, slowly invite the hips forward again, just till you feel a whisper of sensation. So you got to move really slow. Close the eyes. There's mine. Again, you're at about that 1 or 2 level. It's just a really nice way to sort of give the body a heads up, especially the psoas muscle, a heads up that we're going to show it some love. We're going to give it some attention here. Okay, let's do a little mini contraction here. Press the knee down and drag forward. Again, not a strong one, just a mini one. And then slowly let it release. Breathe. Stay right here. And then when you're ready, go ahead and allow those hips to come forward a little bit more to maybe your level 3 or 4. Can you relax? If you find that you're building up tension through your toes and your fingers or your jaw or your face or even the shoulders, can we consciously relax them? And also that might be a sign that you're a little too deep too soon. So just press your hips back slightly. Otherwise, let's do a little mini contraction here. Press the knee down and attempt to drag it forward and hold. And then slowly letting it go. And breathe. How does that feel? Okay, when you're ready, go ahead and bring it to where you want to camp, where you want to be at your level 4, 5, 6. Again, you can do that by walking your front foot forward or sliding your back knee back. And then explore a little bit left and right, with the goal of keeping the hips squared, however. So again, we don't want to roll that back hip open. You want to keep it squared. I will say the longer you do these kinds of stretches, the stronger your upper body gets. So you're building strength in the body as well as stretching. It's a twofer. Okay, so let's separate out these contractions now. Press the back knee down, holding 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then you're going to slowly release it. Don't just drop it. Slowly release it. And then attempt to drag the knee forward as if you want to bend your hip. Hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And there's the slow release. That vibrational breath can come in whenever you like. Pay really close attention to the sensations in the body, because your body will let you know miles ahead if you're heading in a direction that's not going to be healthy. Okay, let's contract again. Press the knee down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Letting it slowly go. Let's drag the knee forward and hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And slowly release. The belly is soft. Relax as many places as you can. Your breath is also a wonderful barometer to whether you're in a healthy stretch or not. Can you hear Henry? Okay, full breath, breathing in. Audible exhale. One more time, full breath. And then we're going to slowly use the front leg and the arms. Press it on back. Draw that knee up to the chest. Press it straight. Okay, standing on up. And then take a moment to feel if things feel a little bit more even now. Ooh, freedom for that low back. All right, well, that's it. Short and sweet, you guys. Lats and psoas, two major muscles in the body that can affect either end. Shoulder for the lats, low back for the lats, low back for the with the psoas. Certainly hips and knees and so forth. So a word of kind of a reminder or of advice here to please, again, remember to come into the stretches slowly and come out of the stretches slowly, because they are just as important as the actual stretch itself, if not even more so. The brain, the somatic sensory cortex part of the brain, needs to have time to take a snapshot about what you are doing and what you've just done with that area. So take your time with it. Plus, if you move slowly, you'll get lots of signals about how your body's feeling about it. Okay, so take everything slow. Even if you've done the stretches 1,000 times, it's a new day for you. Don't assume it's going to be the same experience for you. So start with a beginner's eye and a beginner's point of view every single time, okay? Those contractions as well, they need to be done very slowly and deliberately as well too. So you ease into a contraction, you don't just suddenly clench. You slowly ease into it, slowly feel the contraction in the muscle tighten and build. And then as you release, let that be a gradual melting versus just a dropping. Okay, so everything is done in a very nice, gradual, respectful pace for your body. Okay, psoas, latissimus dorsi, there you go. Enjoy the rest of your day. Get out, go for a walk, get some fresh air with the mask, of course, if you're around people, and eat. Eat to nourish, right? Let food be thy medicine and medicine be thy food. Eat to nourish. Until next time, see you soon. Love to all. Bye-bye.